Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing something different. I am talking about all of my recent favorites. So these consist of everything in the past couple of months that I have been loving and using like crazy. So I wanted to share with all of you what those things were. And these are not only exclusively cooking and food related, I'm also talking about other things as well. Different categories: makeup, skincare, beauty, my favorite blog, my favorite cookbook right now. So just a general favorites that things that I have been loving so far. So I wanted to start out with food. So the first thing I want to talk about are dates. These guys I got at Trader Joe's, and they were a pretty decent price. I think they were $4 or less for a pound of them, so that's maybe like 30 dates. If you've never had a date before, they are nature's caramel. They're sweet, they're chewy, they are divine, and they're a natural sweetener. If you want to add them to a smoothie or a dessert, they really amp up the sweetness without it being horrible for you. One of my favorite smoothies to make in the morning are spinach, frozen bananas, frozen strawberries, a couple of dates, and almond milk. Blend that together and you have a sweet treat on your hands. Definitely recommend incorporating dates into your diet. They're delicious and I love them. So check them out if you haven't already. Another one of my favorites, also from Trader Joe's, are these roasted coconut chips. Oh my Lord! Another sweet treat. I mean, I love anything coconut flavored, and these guys are a perfect snack. I like to snack on a little bit of dark chocolate, these guys, and some nuts and maybe some fruit as well. And it's the perfect pick-me-up in the middle of the day, and I love them. They're crunchy, they're sweet, they're just a great texture, and I highly recommend getting them. And next up are cacao nibs. I hate saying cacao. It makes me feel ridiculous, but I think it's the proper way to pronounce it. So I'm sorry if it makes you uncomfortable, but cacao. I've been wanting to try these for a really long time now. I've been seeing them in a ton of different things, and I wanted to give them a go. First of all, I love chocolate. I am 100% the biggest chocoholic in the world. Cacao nibs are the purest form of chocolate. They're not exactly chocolate, but this is how chocolate is made, using cacao nibs. And they're not for everyone, I don't think, but they're a really great texture. And they're very bitter. They're basically the flavor of cocoa powder, but in a crunchy, chippy form. So I don't like to eat them purely by themselves. I incorporate them into, my favorite thing to do with them is sprinkle them on top of another one of my smoothies. I like to do frozen bananas, spinach, peanut butter, almond milk, and cocoa powder. And then on top of that smoothie, I put these cacao nibs, and they're a delightful little change of texture. They're crunchy, they're a little bitter, they complement the cocoa powder, and they just add that, they add to the chocolatey flavor of the smoothie. So it's like a peanut butter chocolate milkshake for breakfast or snack or dinner, whenever you want to have it. So the next thing I want to talk about is Earl Grey Tea. So I have never been a tea person. I've always been a coffee person, hardcore coffee person, but I want to reduce my dairy intake, and I always have to have half and half or cream in my coffee. I can't drink it black. It's not me, and I don't like when I have it with milk or almond milk. It's just not as rich and satisfying. So I always have to have creamer in it. But it sucks because I don't really want to be eating dairy. So I kind of have switched over to drinking tea, but I have been loving tea lately. I drink it every day, and Earl Grey Tea has piqued my interest recently. because I have been seeing it everywhere. I've been seeing it in a ton of blogs, a ton of recipes, and I love the flavor of tea. So I wanted to give it a go. So Earl Grey tea has definitely been something I have been reaching for a lot lately. So the last thing I wanted to talk about in the food category, well, I'm not done with the food category, but kind of. I wanted to talk about a food gadget that I have been loving, and that is my Cuisinart ice cream maker I got for my birthday back in April. And oh my sweet lord, it is so wonderful. It makes ice cream so ridiculously fast, it blows my mind. If you have your little bowls that you put on the base of the thing and they're really nice and frozen, you can make fresh homemade ice cream in like 10 minutes. Once you have the base made, pour it in there, let it do its thing and churn around, and that stuff will be done in like less than 10 minutes. It is awesome and I love it. Moving on to a cookbook that I have been reaching for constantly these past couple months. Thug Kitchen Cookbook. I talked about this in a blog post, one of my very early blog posts when I first started it. I instantly fell in love with it because the writing is brilliant and it is exactly how I would present certain things. It's like down to earth, it's straightforward, and there's lots of cursing. And that's basically me in a nutshell. So I'm in love with it. It's fun to read, it's informative, and it is all 100% vegan. So all these recipes are meat-free and dairy-free. And when I first flipped through the cookbook, I honestly had no idea it was vegan because the pictures are so great, the recipes look so good that you don't notice it. And I've made at least 8 things from this cookbook recently, and none of them had disappointed. Yeah, it's just great. I freaking love this thing. So check it out, guys. Check it out. A blog that I have been loving is a food blog called the Minimalist Baker. This blog is run and created by a couple, John and Dana, and they're from Portland, Oregon, and all of their stuff is so amazing. It's visually beautiful. The writing style is really great. It's really relatable and easy to read. And they're really funny too. I laugh out loud sometimes when I'm reading their blog posts. And they also have a ton, if not all, gluten-free and vegan recipes. And she does a ton of sweet things as well. So if you have a sweet tooth and you love eating baked goods and chocolatey delicious things, then you will love their blog. And please check out their Instagram too. It has pictures of most of the stuff that she posts on the blog, and then it also has pictures that will be featured in their upcoming cookbook that's coming out in the fall. But they're really great people. I love their blog, love their writing, and love the pictures that they do. Moving on to beauty, makeup, and skincare. I don't have a lot of items in these categories, so don't worry. First things first, I wanted to talk about a nail color that I have been loving, and I'm actually wearing it right now. It is called Geranium, and it is by Essie, and I just think it is the perfect spring summer color. It's that nice orangey red, it's bright and it's fun, and it goes with any kind of color palette really. I've just been loving it lately. One makeup item that I have really been liking lately is the Clinique Bottom Lash Mascara. This stuff you can get at Sephora for only $10. It's really wonderful at getting every single hair that you have on your bottom lashes that you can't normally get with a regular mascara wand, because this guy has a teeny weeny little brush guy that's perfect for getting those hard to reach places. It really helps you get that eye-popping effect where you can see all of your lashes really clearly, and it makes your eyes look bigger and brighter, and it's great. I'm a fan. So along the lines of skincare, something I have been loving lately, is hand food. As you all know, I live in a very cold climate and I'm a chef, so I'm always getting my hands wet and drying them off and then getting them wet again, and then sometimes I don't even dry them off fully because ain't nobody got time for that. So I have been in serious need of some moisture to my hands that have been dry and cracking and just disgusting these past few months, especially in the winter. So I have found a godsend, which is Soap and Glory's hand food. This stuff is so wonderful. First of all, it smells delicious. It has like a creamy, orangey, citrusy citrusy scent to it. That's the best I can describe it. I don't really know how else to describe it. It smells amazing though. And it's so silky and oh, it feels so good on your hands, and it's so healing and nourishing to them. Soap and Glory is also a really great brand. I definitely recommend any of their products. Yeah, they do a great job with a lot of different things, and they have really witty, cute titles for their different products. So check them out. And then last but not least, I wanted to talk about my favorite music that I have been loving lately. I recently downloaded the latest Weepies album called Sirens, and I love it. I feel like this time of year, I really enjoy carefree, chill, happy music, a little bit of folksy type stuff, and this album really is all those things wrapped into one. The Weepies are great because their lyrics are so wonderful and clever, and they really hit you right to the heart, and I love their sound. I love their voices. They're a really great band, and this new album is awesome. My favorite songs from it so far are Learning to Fly, Never Let You Down. Oh, there's so many good ones. My Little Love. So I definitely recommend this album. It has been wonderful to hear in my ears. So that concludes all of my current favorites. I hope you enjoyed the things that I talked about. Check them out if you haven't already, and let me know in the comments down below what your current favorites are and what you have been loving, and because I would love to know. I am always up to trying new things that people recommend to me. So thank you again. I hope you have a great Sunday, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. If you want to look like the best version of yourself, these are a few snacks to help you do that. They don't taste like you're really missing